All right. Good morning, everybody. Shadow Drone here. I'm doing a quick comparison video right now due to the fact that I've had a few people ask me some questions about the SV01 and the SV02, and since I've had both of them for quite a while now, I'm going to basically just do a quick comparison for those of you that are on the fence. So as you know, I originally owned the Sovol #1, which is the one on the top that you see there. And down here is the Sovol #2. So the main differences, as we know, is the one has one extruder and the two has two extruders. Okay. Due to my drone hobby, it's starting to increase. More and more people are ordering my drones, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, it's just me building them. So there's quite a bit of a wait time at the moment. Plus, trying to get parts is a pain because, well, thanks to COVID. Anyway, so what I wanted to basically cover here is one major important thing, a few major important things that I've come across so far. Okay, now as far as performance-wise goes, they're both awesome. Okay, in my opinion, they're both worth the money. I ended up buying the second one due to the part of having to print more and more pieces and to have to wait for one to finish before I can print another. Was getting a little paranoid. I mean, well, not paranoid, but it was starting to get on my nerves. Anyway, so what I did is I ended up wanting to buy another one, and I was actually only going to get another Sovol 1 because I'm very happy with that model. But they had just come out with the 2, and the dual spool, dual extruder kind of got my interest. And after comparing the price, there was only like $100 different, plus or minus, okay, between the two. And I figured, well, you know, what the heck? I mean, if I'm going to buy a second printer from the same company and I'm happy with the first printer, and to buy this one, the 2, you might as well, right, for $100. So after having these things for a while and using them for a while, I found that technically I only use one spool on the Sovol 1. I have yet to use the dual spool. The only time I've used it with 2 colors was when I printed out the test file, which is the cube, just to see how it works. But I haven't done it since, and I'll tell you why. I don't print things that are usually dual color. And even in the old days, before the dual extruder, I managed to print dual color on this baby as well by basically pausing the print job, swapping spools, and then continuing the print job, which was a pain, but it worked. Okay. So, but the only thing that I want to say is that the 2, for some reason, seems to print better as far as detail goes. It just prints cleaner, I guess. But, and this is a big but, I recently spent the money to upgrade the SOVL to the silent motherboard, the control board, and I also purchased the touchscreen for it because I really like the way this system worked. One, I believe that the control board, being version 2, gave it a better printing quality, and having the touch screen made it that much more easier. And sure enough, I was correct. When I upgraded to the new board on the Sovol 1 and added the touch screen, it made a huge difference in printing. I could honestly say that they identically print the same now. They're basically exact clones of each other. So I don't know if it's because of the control board and the screen together. I did replace the control board first, and it did print the same way as the Sovol 2. Okay, so the qualities are now identical. I did wish that I did ask them at that time if the Sovol 2 touchscreen would fit the Sovol 1. They told me no, but they had a touchscreen in the plans and that they would be publishing it before the end of the year. And when I happened to be on their website, I noticed that they were selling them for 35 bucks. I immediately ordered one and I installed it. I upgraded the firmware and the thing worked like a charm. So now they basically print identically. And if you don't have the touchscreen and the quiet board version 2 yet on your Sovol, I definitely recommend you get it. You won't regret it. Now they sell a kit where you can get the whole thing for one price. I ended up ordering it separately, but it still was only about under $100. I paid like $50 for the board and $35 for the touchscreen. So the upgrade definitely was worth it. Those of you that are on the board as far as whether to buy the 1 or the 2, to me, that's just depends on, at this point, what the price difference is, and is the price worth paying to have that extra dual spools. Since I don't really use the dual spools, I would have been fine with 2 SV01s. But then again, by the time I upgraded this baby with the touchscreen and the Sovol 2, the Sovol 1 motherboard upgrade to make it print as good as the 2, I was pretty much in the same ballpark. Okay, so like I said, it's up to you. If you're only going to print one color, then just get the 1. If you think you might print dual colors at any time, get the 2. All right, just remember that. Basically, because if you're going to upgrade the 1 to print like the 2, you're going to end up spending $80 to $100 for the screen and the control board. So you'll be in the same ballpark. But then minus, you're not going to have dual spools. So at this point, like I said, it all depends on what you're really looking for. I'm happy with both, to be honest with you. They've been really good machines. One of the gentlemen on asked me about the TPA or TPU filament. I have not used it because I don't really print TPU. I mostly print the harder plastics for my drones. I did upgrade this one here also to print the TPU by buying the tubing and inserting it into the print head so it doesn't stick to the inside heating element. And the one definitely does print TPU quite well. You just have to tweak the temperatures and settings a bit to get it where you want it. As far as the 2 goes, I have not used it yet for that. I did promise the gentleman that asked me that question that I would do print out a sample in TPU. I do know there's a couple other people online that have already done that. One of the guys, I can't remember his screen name, but he's also a drone guru, and he has quite a extensive channel. I might just put a link to his channel on one of mine videos that the question was asked, so you can kind of hear it first off, because he does a lot of TPU printing. He's the one that also advised the upgrade for the Sovol 1 to print TPU. But as far as I'm concerned, based on reliability on this company and based on the systems, they make a really good product. They did support me during my upgrade period for the Sovol 1 because the instructions out there are a little confusing. For those of you thinking of doing the build, I definitely recommend the way it works is you need to download the firmware for the screen first, upload the screen firmware, and then you upload the firmware for the control board, and it's pretty much, it works. Now, according to their tech support, all the new screens and the new motherboards coming out will be flashed at the factory. That's what they told me. So if you're going to be ordering screens and silent boards as a kit, they will be flashed. Okay, so you don't have to deal with that. I would definitely suggest that. It was a little bit of a pain for someone who's never done that before, and I'm in IT, so that goes to show you it wasn't as easy as said, only because I've never done it before, and the website where you download the drivers and the firmware is a little complicated, and you want to make sure you get the right one. So, yeah. All right, well, I hope this helps. I'm got a few things I got to do today. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. And I hope your families stay safe during this COVID season. And yeah, if you don't see another video from me till the end of the year, Happy New Year. And just be safe out there. All right, guys. Fly safe and keep your heads down. Shadow Drone out.